Hello everybody, my name is Benny and this is The Fool's Apprentice. So today I'm going to do another VR. Can you believe it? This is two now. I'm going to be doing Kelly Bear's 54321 Tarot. And I thought, okay, well that one just came out, so I'll do it. And it's the first time that I've actually been on time with everybody else that's doing it. The last one I did was Lisa Popez's 21 questions, which she had done a long time ago. But and I got a good response. I mean, a good amount of people for my channel ended up watching it. So, without any further ado, let me flip the camera over and we'll get started. And I'm back. So I'm actually really excited about doing this one, and I thought it'd be much more challenging than I thought that it was going to be. But the first one is that it's 5 tarot decks. And she was really good about leaving it very broad for everybody so they could choose what they wanted to present. But they had to be tarot decks. So I could not do this one. I ended up choosing my favorite full cards in 5 tarot decks. I just thought that was really funny and ingenious, for someone like me. So the first one is from The Darkness of Light. Let me zoom in a little bit. The Darkness of Light. I really like this one quite a bit. And I will tell you why as soon as I get it out of this box. I actually went through the deck to make sure that they were right on top. Ta-da! Right on top. I really, really like this one. I like the feel of this fool. He seems like a young man who probably just left home and is going to go out and find his way. I love his dog. It's not a tiny little dog. This little dog, or this medium-sized dog, looks like he would be a really good companion and would, provide some protection. And I just really, really love it. I like, the touches of color. I like how it goes from white to gray to black. So this is one of them. And I'm just going to put them aside and then put them in the boxes later. Now, totally on the other side is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. I really do love this fool. Oh my god, how sweet is this? I cannot help but smile when I look at this fool. And that's one of the reasons that I chose this one is when I look at it, it just is so sweet. Um, Makes me smile. And I can just see how vulnerable this little what is it? What are they called? Oh gosh. Oh my god, don't do this to me. A fawn. Oh my god, I think I'm right. A fawn. I think I'm right. This fawn and just the idea that it's gonna start its life's journey. I think that is just so amazing, and it really captures the innocence of the fool for me in a very, very unique way. Okay, guys, this is gonna show some butt cheeks. So if you have issues with that, please look away. So the new choice Tarot de Marseille. Um, I picked up this deck because one, I thought it was beautiful, but two, it was created by somebody in the LGBT community, and I like to support our community as much as possible. But truly, this card cracks me up. And he's going on his journey. He has a smile on his face. He's having a good time. His dog, pulls his britches down because he is all excited, wants to get petted. And instead of getting angry, he thinks it's funny. And I just really love that. Uh, so that's the reason. And I love the coloring. I think the coloring is amazing. I love that the fool has tattoos. So there's a sense of innocence and a sense of daring with this card that I really, really like. So that is the reason I ended up choosing the Tarot de Marseille, the new choice version. I'm going all over the place with these fools. There isn't a theme other than that they're the fools. I really love the Somnia Tarot Fool. Guys, this one is so good. Oh my God, look at that. For me, okay, I'll tell you what this feels like to me. It feels like you're in a horror movie, you were kidnapped. This is how my brain works. So you're in the movie, you got kidnapped. You're out in the wilderness, you're in a cabin, there's no other human beings around except for your captor, and you're left by yourself for a moment and you find a way to get out of your restraints and you rig this your rope to furniture and you jump out to save your life and you're going off into the wilderness not knowing where you're going to go, what you're going to do, but it's your only way of escaping. And I just love that this guy is, I just want to know more about this guy's story. This is the kind of card that really gets me excited about where are we going to go? Where are you going to take me? And so I don't know, but he's jumping for freedom, whatever, that may look like for him. So I know that was a very elaborate story, but that's where my brain took me. So the Somnia Tarot. And then the last one, I don't know if this will be a surprise. I hope by now you know me well enough to know that this is my deck. I love this deck. I still don't know how to pronounce it. The Kulai Akultate Tarot. Well, at least I didn't stumble that time. It's a huge deck. Huge. But let me show you this fool. Isn't that amazing? Look at all that detail. And what I find interesting, and I think it's right with all the characters, their eyes are closed, which I think is really interesting. But look at all this detail. Look at the dog right here. You know, and it's all line work. I just think that's absolutely amazing. And this fool, he looks like he's asleep on the ground, but there's this movement that's occurring. And look at the rose right here. I mean, I just think this is so well done. I think it's so beautiful. I like looking at it. It's like I always find something new when I look at this. Uh, like this big toe. So those are my 5 favorite fools from 5 decks that I own. So that's what, because there are other fools out there that I really like that I think would have beaten a couple of these. However, um, I don't own them, and so they didn't make the category. So the next is the 4 books. So I did a review of this book that I really, really love. Let me zoom out so I can get more of this. I really, really love this book. This is a great book. It's The Library of Esoteric Tarot by, oh, I can't, girl, guys, I am not even going to try to pronounce this. Here it is, right there. I am the worst when it comes to names. I'm lucky I can even pronounce my own name, Benny. But, it just has a lot of different cards. It goes over, the history of tarot. It's just I just love it. I got introduced to a lot of decks I never even heard of, which I really like. Like this chapter is all about the wheel, and so it's all about the wheel. And look at that. That's stunning. So that's book 1. I really recommend this. And then I've only read one. I've read one. I don't know why I was going to say 1 or 2. But The Tales Behind Tarot. I really, really like this book. Zoom in a little bit. Because what this book does is it takes the card and it tells you the story. This author, who is Allison Davies, ended up writing a story for each and every card. And so you get to read the story about the fool, and as you read the story, you get an idea of the card and its meanings. The same with magician, all the way to, the minor arcana. So I think that's great. I love all these colors. I think these colors are really cute. So I've only read one, but it was a really good story. So that's another one that I would recommend. Now, guys, I'm new. I'm new. I don't know if you want to consider doing this for a year new, but I think I'm still new. I don't have a lot of spreads that I do. In fact, I kind of struggled on what I was going to do with, you know, the category of three spreads. And I'm not even sure what I'm going to tell you, but I like this book, the Tarot Spreads Yearbook. It has 52 tarot spreads for getting to know yourself. And it's a beautiful book. I just love it. And she has the contents right here with, like for resources, spirit, mind, and for each season, which I think is really cool. And look how beautiful this book is. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? I just love it. And then it changes with the season. So there's a lot. You can get this book on Amazon. In fact, you could get all the books on Amazon that I've shown. But there's just a lot. Look at that. Intentions. I love that one. And then it has the questions down here. I just think it's really, really, one, I think it's really pretty. But I think it's actually useful as well. Now, I had to take a sip of soda. Okay, so now this next book isn't a traditional guidebook. In fact, where is my phone? This guidebook or this book, I always try not to like. Oh my gosh, I have it off. All right, well I'll let you know who it is. So a YouTuber ended up providing a book that would be very useful in studying the Yokai Yochi deck. And because, for me, this guidebook is really small and it just doesn't really give me a lot to go into with. So, this YouTuber, which I am going to find for you in a minute, ended up recommending 4 books, and this is one of them. And it's the Yokai Attack, the Japanese Monster Survival Guide. And this particular book has several of the yokai that are in the deck in the book. And so it gives you all, where is it at? It gives you all the yokai that this book has. And like I said, many of the tarot cards are in this book. And so you just go and find your, look at that, isn't that really cool? Full color. And so let's say you got the kappa and it's, let's say, the Ace of Wands. So then you can read some history about the kappa and, you can kind of draw meaning from that, which I thought was really, really cool. So this is a really good book. And there's like 3 others. And if I remember, guys, don't give me a hard time if I don't. I'm going to link the YouTuber name. And you know what? My phone's back on. Let me find it. Let me find her. And, it took me a little while to find her, to be honest. It is. Where are you? Okay, here we go. It is Fairlight Tarot. Oh, I love her. It feels like I love her. You should go to her channel, Fairlight Tarot, FAIRLIGHT Tarot. She's amazing. There hasn't been a video that I have not learned one thing from her or have liked. She's so knowledgeable of the tarot, and I mean, she's amazing. Well, anyways, she is the one that introduced me to this book plus 3 others, which are on my to purchase list. But I don't own them yet because I haven't gotten to a place where I'm going to be studying this deck yet. I just wanted one of the books to see what she was talking about and got the book. I know what she's talking about, so I'm going to get the other 3. So tarot spreads. 3 tarot spreads. All right. I brought out my cards that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Familiar Field Oracle and the Neo Rider tarot card. So when I first started out, I didn't want to do just one card. Look at the gilding. I did not just want to do one card. I thought that was really boring. But I tried it and it really didn't work out for me very well. I just didn't like it. So what I was doing was I was doing a two card spread. And I would pull two cards. I don't read reversal, so I don't want to hear it. The Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Um, I don't remember what the Nine of Wands means. But the Eight of Swords, okay, so I would ask general questions. They don't have like the actual I don't have actual like placement questions for them. And so what I would generally do is like, what do I need to focus on today to grow as a person or to be of service to my colleagues or to grow spiritually? And so I would be like, okay, then what I need to do with the Eight of Wands is know that I am the only one that can actually get myself out there to really think about what it is that I need to do to grow. I'm just making this up, guys. And so here is that I'm the only one that can make these conscious decisions if I want to grow or not. So that's what I would do. And with the Nine of Wands, it's like, I'm ready to, stand my ground. I know that sounds like the Seven of Wands. And I'm learning. Um, but here it's about like really facing what's coming my way for the day. And when I have to make, let's say, a difficult decision, that what I need to do is really pay attention to what my inner self is saying and make the right decision, even though it might scare me. To really to embrace courage. So that's one. Now, another one that I did, and I really like this one. I love Oracle cards, guys. I really do. So what I do is I do a spread. Let me shuffle these. Look at that. Isn't that nice? The mat. I do a spread in which the middle card is the overarching theme. So that's the theme for the day. This card means frustration, survival, impurity. So what, and so, all right, I get an idea of what that means. I sit with it for a little bit. I think about like how my day could go. And then I pull two cards in the front and one in the back. Oh, of course it would be a court card. I don't know court cards yet. I haven't studied them. So, all right. Then I sit with it for a little bit. And the first card, and this is actually another YouTuber that gave me this idea. The first card is what? Oh my gosh. I hate this thing. Just so you know. Oh my God. All right. It's a monitor that's going off, letting me know that I need to do something. Okay. So, frustration, survival, and purity. So, what is it that's going to go on in my day that really encompasses that I need to focus on? And for some reason, the word impurity is what's sticking out to me more. This really deals with maybe character defects or making decisions that benefit me but not everybody else. And so I'm like, all right, so how does the Empress really encompass this? And what I'm thinking is that these moments are going to give me an opportunity to grow as a person if I follow the right path in wanting to be the best version of myself. And so that's what I need to focus on is anytime a decision can come in that I really don't live morally by or could not live morally by because of the decisions I make, then I'm not going to grow as a human being. I'm just not. And so what I need to do is really focus on my decision making for the day. So that's how I'm going to end up becoming pure or becoming a better version of myself. And what can get in the way here with the Knight of Cups, and I'm cheating, guys, with the Knight of Cups, is that, I can be very charming. I could, I can make people laugh, and I'm easy to get along with. I'm very sociable, and I find that I can easily manipulate a situation to my advantage. And when I was younger, I wasn't necessarily aware that what I was doing was really wasn't always the best thing for me to do or to decide on by manipulating a situation. So here it's I need to be mindful on making sure that I don't manipulate. So I'm focusing on impurity. I'm focusing on trying to grow as a person and making sure that my natural tendencies of being charming and funny and sociable don't get in the way of trying to let things naturally progress in the way they need to by manipulating the situation. I don't know if that means anything to y'all. This is very impromptu. And then another YouTuber gave me this other one that I'm doing. It is drawing a card in the morning. This is what I need to. Another court card, of course. Uh, all right. So the one in the morning is the one that I need to like keep mindful throughout the day. And so with this, we got the Page of Swords. Again, I'm cheating, guys. And here it's about this. Uh, this one may be about being inspired to do something, maybe being fair in a situation that comes up, or being very protective with a project I'm working on. So here it's about, for me, it would be inspiration. Like, how can I remain inspired throughout the whole day in the work that I'm doing? And I'm thinking work because it's Saturday. I worked all week, so work keeps coming in my mind. So then what I do is I pull a card at the end of the day, you know, did I accomplish my goal? And with death, I'm thinking, um, you know, at the end of the day, did I do what I was supposed to do? Did I complete everything? Did I give people who were feeling hopeless hope? Get them transitioned from a very dark place and then had them start anew into a different place. You know, have someone end something and begin something that's positive for them. So those, oh my God, that was so long, right? Should have been shorter. So those are the three spreads that I have been using. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're my favorite because of the fact that those just are the ones that have been proposed to me. I have to take another sip. One moment. And I'm trying not to swallow all loud and disgusting on camera. So the next thing is habit or parphernalia. Oh my God. Parphernalia. Oh my God. I don't know why I have been struggling lately with pronunciation, but I have. Parphernalia. That is wrong. All right. So habits, and really, I have habits, and my two habits are when I sit in my chair here at my tarot table, I have my spiritual shrine in front of me, and what I do is I settle myself and I sit down and I take a breath and I focus on my breath until I feel like I'm grounded, and then I open my eyes and I look at my shrine and I just try to embody, what spirituality means to me and how it plays in my life and the way I want to live my life. And then I close my eyes again. I take a few deep breaths and then I pull my cards out. I just pull them out and I ask the question. So let's say, how can I take care of me the best today? So then I focus on that. I shuffle the cards over and over again if they would work with me. And I'm like, okay, how can I best take care of myself today? How can I best take care of myself today? And I'll say that like 4 or 5 times. Take a breath, just stay quiet, and I flip the card over, and the 4 of Wands. And for me is just remembering my accomplishments up to this point. You know, the things that I did well in getting here, and where I'm at in my life, and then remember throughout the day, you know, everything that I do well in itself is an accomplishment. And if I'm able to help one person, help myself, then I know I've done something good for the day. And so that's one habit that I do. Then what I do is hold 1 second. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take some charms or stones, and I'll just pick a few that inspire me, and I take a photo. Then I crop it, I do all my editing with it, then I post it on Instagram with a 2 to 4 sentenced reading of what I came up with, and it goes up there. And that's one habit that I do. So the last question for one is, what one piece of advice that you would give to somebody regarding the tarot, or show a card that embodies you right now, or one that you want to embody. And so I decided to do a piece of advice, even though I'm new. But one thing that I think is great is because I hear quite a bit that people really struggle with intuition when it comes to the tarot. It's a constant theme that I hear. Not everybody does, but I hear it. So one of the things that I've done, which I really enjoyed doing, I think has really helped my intuition grow by leaps and bounds, is to work with oracle cards. You know, and let me get another one. So this is one of my favorites. So what I do is I take an oracle card and I just work with it. So this one is forgiveness. And whatever, I just look at the image, and so what's coming up for me? And so like here I'm focusing on the man, and what really stands out is him reaching up and feeling like, you know, forgiveness is allowing somebody to come to you and make an amends and being open and willing to accept it. You know, because they're reaching out to me, and that takes a lot of courage when somebody's angry with me, or I'm angry with them. And for them to come up and say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this, or I was wrong, I have to be open to that, because for them, it's a very humbling experience. And the last thing I want to do is be mean about it. So I just work with that. And I won't even read the guidebook most times, because I just want the message that comes from the image to come up for me. Transformation, you know? And for me, transformation with this card means realizing, you know, how I've grown as a person, or maybe how I want to grow into person, trying to envision the best possible vision of who I can be. And maybe the way I feed that, you know, as you water a flower, is by starting to make those decisions that person I envision who I am would make. So anyway, so best piece of advice that I can give, or the advice that I have right now at this moment for somebody, is, what a mess, right, guys? Is work with oracle cards to develop your intuition. I think for me that went a long way. I don't know if a lot of people do that, but give it a try and see what happens. Do it for 30 days. Just do it for 30 days. Work with oracle cards and see what comes up. See if you feel more confident at the end of that 30 days with how your intuition works with you. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually had fun making it, except for not remembering a couple of things. And oh my God, my pronunciation, guys, it is the absolute worst. I don't know if I've had a video where I haven't had a problem with pronunciation, especially people's names. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching my video. Y'all have a great day. And until next time, I am the Fool's Apprentice. Bye.